Hi guys, welcome back to 410 Outdoors. I haven't done a video in a couple weeks, so I felt like I should make one. I haven't, I said in my last video that we were going to go to the range, but the weather hasn't quite cooperated with me. So going to the range hasn't happened yet. Well, I will get there, no doubt, but this time of year it's hit and miss on the weather. So we're gonna do another loading video today. Um, this one, it kind of continues on with what I've been doing, but it is quite a bit different. So, but I think it'll find it useful. You'll find it useful, and it'll help you get the most bang for your buck on a loader. So this is something that I've just recently learned, and I think it's a good idea, and I've had good luck with it. It works good. So, I mean, if you're careful and you take your time, this works, and it'll save you having to buy a second loader. So, um, obviously, we have two common lengths of 410 shells. We have 2.5-inch shells. We have 3-inch shells, and obviously, you need two different setups to load these. So, you got different, same powder, same components, all that stuff, but you have, obviously, your length's different. Common in these is 1/2 ounce a shot, and common factory loads in these is 11/16. So, there's certainly a difference there, and I've found a way, well, MEC has found a way where you can load both shells on the same loader. And it's actually, like I say, I've had really good luck with it. It's simple, it works, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. That's the other thing. It kind of seems like a lot, but when you compare it to buying another loader, for example, it's cheap. So I've had good luck with it. I really don't know anybody else that has done this, but MEC makes this. It's a MEC part, and it works good. So I know they do them in 12 and 20 gauge, which, a lot of guys, I mean, I'm sure there's guys out there, don't get me wrong, that shoot enough 3-inch, 12 and 20 gauge maybe to justify reloading it. Guys that duck hunt and that kind of stuff, you would justify it. But most target shooters don't shoot enough 3-inch 12 gauge shells to care about this. But with the 410, the shells are so expensive that you can buy this, and you can pay for it pretty quick. And for a box of 3-inch 410 shells, which these are old, but you're talking 12, 14, 16, $18 sometimes if you get, the really good stuff. So, and you can reload these for $3.50 a box, so it doesn't take very long to pay for this. But what it is, it's called the MEC Short Kit, okay? And it doesn't look like much because it's not. This is just a steel plate that is cut. There, you can hopefully get a good look at it. It is a steel plate that is cut, and it is the same shape as your shell plate here. And it has these 3 screws in it here, and that is your adjustment in it. These 3 screws are. So I'm going to show you here how to put it on. I mean, it's so simple that, a video, you can do it super quick. So the only tools you'll need some kind of a bar, a screwdriver. Little screwdriver works the best. I keep this on my loading bench, so that's what I use. I would not use a knife or anything sharp. You don't want to stab yourself or anything like that. And then you're going to need an adjustable wrench. It only takes, once you get these adjusted, there's only one bolt you got to mess with on the whole machine here to get it changed over, okay? So this loader, MEC Junior again, nothing, just a plain old MEC Junior. This loader was bought, and it was set up to load 3-inch shells. So right now it's set up to load 3-inch shells. Primer, deprimer, reprimer, shot powder wad, starter crimp, finish crimp. Just 3-inch 410 shells is all it's set up for. Okay, and then to put this kit on to load our 2.5s. Okay, it's simple. You take this spring here. This is the main spring on the main shaft. Okay, and you lift that up, and you take your screwdriver, and there's a little lip on the shell plate here. Wedge that in behind there, and pop your shell plate off, and that comes off right like that. Okay, and then your spring, of course, it stays under tension. I wish MEC had drilled a hole in this and you could lift it up and put something through there and it would hold that spring up, but there's nothing there. So you just kind of got to fight it a little bit, and it's a little bit easier when the loader's bolted down like it should be. But there is, hopefully that you can see the lip there. Just take your screwdriver, put it in behind there, and pop it off. But take your shell plate off, okay, and then get your MEC short kit out, okay. Take your shell plate and slide it right over, okay. Now the bolts, they go down against the base on the machine, okay. So if I didn't, you just take your shell plate that you just took off, and you slide it right over. Now, when you get this, the bolts are going to be loose. You have to set this, okay? And the easiest way to set it is to put it on here, get a 2.5-inch shell, and start messing with it. And you can take, I don't know if an adjustable wrench is best, but you can take a wrench and adjust these after you get it on there, and get it tuned in. This one's already set. I've used this. So this plate is not a 1/2 inch thick. It's about 3/8, and then they give you these screws so that you have an adjustment. So machine to machine, it'll work. All right. So take your shell plate, slide it on there, right like that. Make sure it's there. All right. Then come over here, and I get it started. You pull up on the spring again. Okay, slide all that on there, and you heard it click. Okay, now then, once you get that on there, make sure it's on there. Okay, and make sure your spring goes over the lip on the shell plate that you put your screwdriver behind. Make sure that goes behind there. Now, assuming that these screws are set, okay, the only other thing that you have to do to the machine is you have to change your charge bar. Okay, you can't pour the same amount of powder and stuff in your 2.5-inch shells as you can your 3. So take your wrench, and this bolt right here takes your charge bar out. So, and this doesn't have to be tight. Basically, all that bolt does is hold it in place. Do that. Take this out. All right. Hopefully you can see this. All right. There's this bar, and then there's that bolt and a washer. That's all that's there. Just set that to the side. Take your bar out. All right, and then adjust your shot bar, whatever shot bar you need. This one's already the 2.5-inch one. And then also you want to change your bush. You'll have to change your bushing. So you will have to buy, when you order this kit, go ahead and buy a shot bar. That way you have it, and you don't have to make a second order and pay twice the shipping. All right, but you do have to change your shot bar. But once you get your shot bar, boom, you have a 2.5-inch shot bar, and boom, you have a 3-inch shot bar. There's no, you don't have to mess with it. Once you get it set, just leave your bushing and your shot bar, and just like take a piece of Scotch tape and tape it over that, and then set it to the side, and then boom, you can put whatever other bar you got in there. Now, the other thing is, watch this little brass washer will fall out of your powder. What that does is it keeps powder from falling in between your bottle and the bar back here. All right, so you just unscrew that, and then there's also a rubber bushing in there that actually sets on top of. Okay, so you do have to do that. Then to reinstall it, which I'm gonna set this one back up the way it was. You tilt this forward, slide your bar in to where it goes. Hopefully you can see. I don't know, there you can tell it goes. Your bolt, the hole for your bolt goes in the center bar where it slides. That way it can slide back and forth. Okay, it's honestly, it's hard to get it on wrong. Then you just take this and hold this down, put this up here, and get this started. Once you get it started, just hold it up there. It don't have to be, this just has to be on there. So, but you do want it to be right, because that holds your bushings down. And then again, just take this and snug it up. It doesn't have to be cranked down by any stretch. So just get that snug on there. And then on your bushings, so what you want to do, this little brass bushing here, it has dimples on it. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. So those dimples go up. So you want to lay it with the dimples facing up. So you lay that in there, just lay that in there on top of that, and then take this rubber bushing, lay it on top. It goes down in there. And then take your powder bottle, put it, screw that back on. And then what that does, that keeps powder from falling between the bushing and the top of the bar. That way, when you push it back and forth, you don't get powder all over the table and that kind of stuff. So that's all there is to changing the shot bar out. Just push it down, make sure it moves. Not real scientific. And that's all there is to it. You're ready to load 2.5-inch shells. You can, I mean, it's easy. It takes 5 minutes. Once you get this figured out, it takes 5 minutes to switch it back and forth. So, so now you've got a 3-inch 410 loader, and you're loading 2.5 and 3-inch shells on it. And you don't have to buy another loader. So I think this short kit is about $30, which seems kind of steep for just a piece of steel. But when you consider you're almost getting another loader out of it, it's pretty cheap. So, I like it. I've had good luck with it, and I've loaded a lot of shells on it here recently. So, give it a try. Let me know what you think. Like my videos, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.